Hello friends, this is Growl, and welcome to Wafflecat Weekly number 76. We're back. Here to open our vaults. Been a little while since we cared about our vaults. We missed a little bit of an episode, the very first vaults, the non-Mythic Plus ones. They weren't super exciting anyway. The servers were a huge mess, and the recording ended up being like 40 minutes long, so we just decided not to post it. So this is, for all intents and purposes, the first vaults of the War Within. I have a smorgasbord of different vaults on different characters. Don't forget to do silly stuff just for the vaults. It can help you gear your alts even if you're not really playing them. So first I have, I believe, a 1-slot delve vault on a couple guys. My druid did 2 delves, tier 8, a couple of my leftover keys. We will be sure to be checking our loot spec. We are in Resto. And we'll pop it open and see what we get. We should get a decent track of hero gear, which isn't amazing, but is good for our rats. And there it is. All right, so 30 item level upgrade on a cape. Nothing major, but good, good start to the vault sesh. Let's equip this. Am I blind? Oh. My bags or my bag add-on has been a little bit weird lately. Alright, so there's our cape. Let's move on to the next one. I think our lowest vault is our monk. I really didn't play my monk much. Not that I don't like monk, just been playing my other guys. However, I did do a few M0s with some friends who were gearing up a bit late. So we do have some sort of a vault. I have no idea what's even. I don't even think it's hero track gear. I think it's like normal raid level or something, but we'll still take it if I can ever load into the game. Stop by server problems again. Come on, load. Well, hope everyone's having a great day. Wish you guys good luck in your vaults as well, and other random unrelated yapping that we can do while we're waiting for this. Already skip ahead. All right. Managed to fill the progress bar. Continually yap because we don't edit these. We should have some good vaults. We have 3 characters that should have some pretty juicy myth track vaults. A couple guys with smaller vaults that might be good, and then an alt strag if we ever log into the game. Oh no, is this going to be another one of these? Another one of these days? The servers are just an absolute mess. I am booting up. All right, well, I booted up Max's stream real quick, and looks like Shakib has a very nice vault that I will not be showing, but right. Well, let's crack open our energy drink and get ready for our session as we look for things to do on our desk. Cherry watermelon is the flavor. I continue to look for things to talk about. All right. I feel like our game is not loading. I don't know if we should be... Okay, we've loaded. Great. And we are very, very laggy. The swarms of people logging in to get their vault on Tuesday at 2 p.m. All right, let's look at loot spec, Mistweaver. I don't think there's going to be much in here. I don't think it'll be worth the wait, but maybe we get something. Okay. We have legs that we already have and a cape that we already have. Quite unfortunate. However, we can still get tokens and work towards socket. So that's what we get for a Mythic 0 vault, I guess. Bang. All right, on to the next one. Hopefully it doesn't take so long to load this time. Go on our pally. Our pally actually did a 10. Someone tried to convince me to do a rat key, and so I brought my rat pally. So we have a 1 vault 10. I thought I was pugging heroic raid on this guy, but I did not end up doing it. I think I only raided on my non-Jangbi warbound or banned characters, I should say. And it's loading. I hope everyone's still having a great day as we continue to yap through all these loading screens. Okay, that's not so bad. All right. You can see I even did the Black Temple raid late at night to get that hero track piece. All right, let's check our loot spec. Holy. Generating loot. And... oh, okay, okay. A myth track tier chest. That's actually quite good. That is what we like to see. All right, nice vault for the pally. Good thing we snuck in that weekly 10. We'll equip this. A bunch of silver Vantis runes that I was using for pugging. I mean, I guess I may as well enchant it, right? Probably not going to upgrade this for quite a long time. And chest. I think crystalline radiance. Oh wow, 18,000. That's okay. You know what? We'll celebrate our good vaults by overpaying for enchants that we never end up using. If I'm gonna buy a nice enchant, I may as well do it on a myth track tier item, right? Bang. Okay, so our pally has 4-piece, or I mean 3-piece. I don't know if I've used anything in terms of, I think maybe I catalyzed one thing. I know I've gotten at least 1 drop from raid. All right, on to Jangbi. We had, so I believe we have 3 delve spots. I don't know why I was doing delves on my mage, but I was. And also I have, I think, 1 M+ spot that's like a 7 or an 8. Or maybe even a 9. Someone was kind enough to help Jangbi with. Jangbi at the scribe station. Oh, I'm actually on steady flight mode. Okay, we'll steady fly to the vault. Jangbi crafted some items and has been gearing up to 610. Surprisingly, one of my more geared characters. All right, let's see what we get. Should be some 616 stuff. Ish. And okay. So we have a hero track candlestick, hero track shoulders, a haste burst ring with a socket, hero track belt. So is Blood Mallet still a website? What trinkets does Arcane use? Is this candlestick a good trinket? No, apparently Candle Confidant is the good trinket. Treacherous Transmitter, Spymaster's Web, Stack Brood, Changeling Crystal. I already have a 606 candlestick, so it's not even really that big of an upgrade. Honestly, don't know what to take. I mean, Haste Verse Ring is like kind of nice. Haste Verse with a socket. I mean, socket doesn't mean anything. You can buy these. Treacherous Transmitter, I think it's a good trinket, but it's just a champion track. The beefiest item I could get would be the shoulders. And then I could also catalyze them. so I think Haste Verse Ring isn't too special for me. I mean, I'll be able to get these at M+ or whatever eventually anyways. I hope I'm not making a mistake in passing up this candle trinket. Looking on Blood Mallet, it doesn't seem like it's particularly good. I mean, Arcane's cooldowns do not line up well with a 2-minute on use, so I don't think it's like that strong. So I think I just am gonna take Shoulders. All of the Arcane mages might be upset about this choice, but I think we just take the Shoulder. Double check our options. I mean, the belt could be a nice upgrade too, but I'm only gaining 200 int there. I guess I'm only gaining 200 int either. I don't think it matters. I think I'm just gonna take this. I think all of these things are probably very, very similar in power for what they're gonna give me. All right. A little bit of an uppie. Let's go to our... let's go up from here. So let's go Priest next. Our Priest has our biggest vault. We have 4 Mythic bosses killed, and we have enough 10s for 3 vault slots. So we should have, in theory, 5 myth pieces. Will they be good myth pieces? Let's find out. All right, looks like the servers are starting to stabilize. Not having to wait a very long time to log in. Okay, so really what Growl needs is a trinket. We got a weapon, we crafted it. We could use a good trinket from M+, or... I mean, I have all hero tier. I guess I have champion shoulders. Alright, let's see what we get. Let's just open the vault and see. Or we... Really, we'd like a nice trinket on all of our healers. Trinkets have been very tough for me to get a crystal, or a changeling, or... Not a corrupted eggshell. Oh boy. Okay, so let's look here. We have a straight up haste mastery ring, which could be good for disc in dungeons, but not for raid. We have the chest that we actually already got from Olgarax or whatever, and a hero belt. And then for M+ items, we got a crit verse cape, corrupted eggshell. What in the world is this trinket? Places eggshell on your current target, absorbing 4 million damage. While it persists, you gain mana every 5 seconds. When the effect ends, you gain 4% mana, lasts 30 seconds. This trinket seems like kind of insane. Like, that's a huge absorb for a 2-minute... I've never even heard of this trinket before. Corrupted eggshell. Corrupted eggshell trinket. What is this from? It's from Eridax, so the last boss of Grim Batol. Well, let's start eliminating things off the bat here. We primarily care about playing Holy Priest and Raid. This ring is not good. This chest is a dupe. This belt is hero track. I think this trinket is bad too. Let's pull up, I know I keep saying I'm pulling things up, but I'm not actually doing it. I'm doing it on my other monitor. So corrupted eggshell. Looking at the HP. All right, I have to pull this one up. I'll pull this one up on. Why can't I close all to the right? Okay, there we go. All right, so here's the Holy Priest trinket rankings for raid, and here is corrupted eggshell. Dude, it seems like such a good trinket. Doesn't have any passive stat on it. Niche at best for one-shot protection and high M+. Useless in all other scenarios. So what about this siphoning phylactery shard? I mean, this is like a very mediocre trinket as well. Wow, what a terrible priest vault. What an absolutely terrible vault. So our options are, we can take a cape for a very small upgrade. I mean, this is 3 item levels. Or we can take this trinket for M+. I mean... Alright, so here's what I'm gonna... here's my reasoning, okay? Here's my reasoning. I'm gonna take the trinket. I think the trinket will actually be good at M+. I think this shield is insane. But also, keep in mind the way crests work is this is gonna save me crest. So even if I don't use this in raid, it's gonna allow me a bunch of item level upgrades on whatever trinket I get from M+. So whether I get Gale of Shadows or Crystal or whatever, this is also gonna give me 10 free item levels on any of those trinkets, which is, hopefully that sticky keys didn't go through, sorry. I think this is the move. I think Corrupted Eggshell is the move, and I think this trinket might actually be kind of sick in M+. Yeah. Send it. What a cool trinket. Ooh, okay. I've made a mistake. I've figured I've now realized why this trinket is not very good. It's because it does not have intellect on it. Okay. All right, after I've chosen the trinket and I've done some analysis, I now see why it's probably not a very good trinket. All right, next character. Dude, I was gonna say, I'm like, dude, this trinket looks absolutely bonkers. This looks like the best trinket ever for M+. How are people not choosing this? And now I understand. Anyway, it'll still give me 10 item levels on a trinket per raid. And all my other options were basically taking socket or taking 3 or 1 upgrade on a cape. So I think my choice may actually have been accidentally correct. But I'm sure I will be made fun of in the comments anyway. All right, on to Pete. Or not Pete. Sorry, Fragility. Fragility, I don't know if I did 8 10s. I think I might have only done like 4 or 5. So we might only have 2 myth items. We did do Heroic Raid. Unfortunately, Fragility has been very unlucky with tier. So let's see. Fragility is basically axed in Raid, sort of. And so mainly gearing for M+ on this guy. All right. So right away, tier shoulders, myth tier shoulders. This is good. An offhand, which I don't care too much about since I have a crafted staff. A hero track dagger, wrists, boots, chest. I mean, this is a no-brainer right here. We got to take the myth shoulders. We're losing avoidance and not so good stats, but that's okay. Yeah, I think we send it. I don't think we... myth track items, especially for a character that's not going to be like doing a ton of mythic raid, are very, very valuable. You always want to consider myth track as very, very highly. All right, bang. And then I have catalyst and a tier token for this guy too. All right. And our last character, Pete. Pete has, I believe, enough 10s. I've been trying to get trinkets on Pete for dungeons as well, and I've been really struggling. I have basically only the changeling on my priest. What I would consider a good M+ trinket across all 3 of my characters that I'm playing. Quite unfortunate. Alright. Pete, really looking for a trinket here? Oh, I do have a changeling on Pete too. Oh, okay. Did I not have a... Never mind. Alright, here we go. We could use another good trinket. A shield might be cool. A nice myth track tier piece. Let's see what we get. Okay, so we have hero chest, weapon, and shield. Nothing too fancy. Then we have myth haste versus legs. Myth boots. Myth haste mastery. So we have 2 pants and boots. Nothing very exciting out of any of our vaults. And we already have tier pants with avoidance. The issue is pants have so much more intellect on them than boots. I mean, this is giving me 220 int. This is giving me only 120 int. But I can upgrade it. How many gilded crests do I have? I still have all my gilded crests. I haven't spent any of them. And also, Pete is not really going to be mythic rating, so... yeah. I mean, I'm going to... whatever one I upgrade, I'm going to be upgrading to max anyway. And the pants are going to end up being... the question is there any world where this is my off piece? For tier. Item sets. Is this the tier right here? Crit mastery. Okay, so this helm could be the off piece too. Okay, so this probably isn't not anything I need to worry about it being my off piece. I think I just take the tier. I think I just take the tier and slam all the upgrades. Because tier. Even though technically this is a more upgrade right now, once I upgrade this to 639 or whatever, this will be a bigger. I think I take the... making sure I'm not missing anything obvious. All right, let's send it. All right, well, you know, consistent upgrades across the board, but nothing nothing outstanding. So we will send these, we will upgrade these. Now to Yap. As a very common occurrence on my yapping, I mentioned that I'm not happy with the amount of videos that I've been putting out. That has happened again at the start of the expansion. I'll be perfectly honest, I've just been really struggling to sit down and work on content, and it just hasn't really interested me. I like WoW, and WoW is fun. I wouldn't say that I'm burnt out, but I guess just like the idea of like making guides and stuff, I don't know. I don't know what really happened. I think my brain is like a little bit fried. I think it might have to do with playing so much. I think there might be other things related, but my willingness and like my drive to make content right now has gone from like pretty high before expansion release to like basically 0. And I don't really see light at the end of the tunnel right now, or any sort of logic to it, or what's going on, or not to be like down on it, but like holy smokes, I can't even like pretend to think that I'm trying to plan out what I'm gonna do. So I apologize for that if you're watching this and kind of wondering like, hey, why is this guy not put out a video and then, you know, he's doing this. So that's kind of the situation. I hope to return to it at some point in the near future, and who knows, maybe when I get my brain organized better or when I have more free time away from the game, that drive will come back. But I just almost can't even think about it right now, and I don't know why. Next, as for my characters, so I did make a video and I talked about Evoker on beta and why I wanted to main Evoker, and now everyone sees me playing Priest and Shaman and is kind of wondering what's going on. So the day before the raid came out, we had some roster issues and we lost our only Priest, like our Priest main. So I generally just like to be the person that fills and helps out the guild or whatever, so I decided to take up the role and play Priest for the tier. And so I've sort of devoted my attention away from Evoker right now into Priest, and I've been mostly playing Priest. Also, it seems like, at least right now, with the way people are, like, basically, when you're pugging M+, even at a high level, people are just sort of playing, like, whatever characters, and you're kind of just playing for fun. And I feel like Shaman just offers more to the group and can cover more, like, holes and situations, and I have all the dispels I need, and, like, it just seems like more of an independent healer for me than Evoker. And so when I'm not gearing up my Priest, I kind of have been leaning more towards Shaman. Like, I generally feel like Shaman is the weakest healing and damage wise of my Priest, Evoker, and my Shaman, but utility wise and just like getting stuff done wise, it just seems like the best, and it has the least amount of issues. So I've been playing it. I still am going to gear up my Evoker. I'm still going to try and do high keys on Evoker. I'm just sort of like all over the place and playing different characters and seeing how things go. But I definitely haven't been playing Evoker as much as I want to, or dedicated as much time to it, but we'll see. Also, I was unlucky without getting 4 set, and I feel like the Evoker 4 set is like actually very, very good. So I will be continuing to play lots of different characters in M+, and as we get more tuning and balance and stuff, I'll sort of decide on what I end up playing for sure. But unfortunately, Prez Evoker right now looks so good and so fun in the raid, and I passed it up the day before the raid came out because our guild needs a Priest. So unfortunate, but it is what it is. I've been enjoying Disc and M+. The issues with Disc that I've been having are that, like, utility wise, it feels like completely useless. Like, Evoker has some stuff, you know, you can get away with Cauterize, and, you know, you have some AoE stops. They're not great, but they're, like, you know, still fine. Priest just has nothing. And so I feel like if it's a really hard to heal key, like a Stone Vault or like a Dawnbreaker or something, I feel really comfortable on Priest, just like blasting heals and damage, especially with how high my gear is. But when it comes to, like, you know, just pugging like random 10s, or just like, you know, trying to live in random keys with random teams, I feel like I would rather have the like stops and all that. So yeah, that's the character situation and the me situation. This week's affixes what are Fortified, and Oblivion is the affix. Let me Google that one real quick. Militath's bargain of okay, I think I remember this one. While in combat, Xal'atath manifests crystals from the void that can be absorbed by enemies or players. I believe the way this works is it sends these orbs. Yeah, so basically when let's say you're in combat with mobs, let's say these are the mobs, it spawns these orbs like everywhere around you, like this far or so, and then they travel towards the mobs, and you kind of need to like intercept them with your body, and as you get them, you get buffed, but as the mobs get them, they get buffed. It's in my opinion a little bit less intrusive of an affix. You don't need to like change your talents or like use things. You just kind of have to like position yourself well, especially as like a tank or a melee. Melee DPS should be doing the brunt of this, because like tanks want to try to, but keep in mind that like moving is a lot worse for the group if a tank or a ranged DPS is doing it. So melee DPS ideally should be doing as much of this orb stuff as possible. It's pretty chill. It can have some like pretty nasty like weird overlaps with certain bosses or certain rooms, so you kind of have to watch out for that, but ultimately it's only going to affect keys up to 10 anyway. And so hopefully if you guys struggled pushing up keys last week, the little bit of gear injection from the vault and some other stuff will help you. I guess we'll walk over here and check out the weekly quest while we're taking long on this video anyway. See what the weekly quest is for battleground matches. Heightened disc fragments. So this is just like do random stuff. This quest is very easy to do in dungeons. Pretty sure like even just queued heroic dungeons give you a ton of those. And then there's the world soul quest or whatever. All right, so that's that. There's the first Wafflecat weekly, the expansion. Wish you guys good luck in your vaults as well. Luck getting some keys done and then raid and all that. Happy keying.